Hi everyone, I'm Liz Kohler-Brown. I'm an artist, designer, and teacher, and today I want to show you how to clean up and customize your home screen so you can get the colors and shapes and everything that works for your style. You may be starting with something like this that's pretty messy, hard to find the apps that you use often, and you can easily do this. You don't need to pay for any extra apps or do anything complicated to get your screen looking nice and clean. So let's dive into it. The first thing I'd like to do is just start with a clean slate. So this is my current home screen. I want to hold and drag each app onto one of these apps, and that turns it into a folder. And you can see it's just popping everything into one folder. I already had a folder here, so that one isn't working, but everything that isn't already a folder, you can just stick it into a new folder. And if you want to group these into some way that makes sense for you, of course you can do that too. But I'm just lumping all of my old apps into one section. Then you can press done and grab that folder and drag it onto one of the other screens. So I'll do that with all of these different folders that I had. So that leaves me with a nice clean home screen, and I'm going to press done here. I also like to get rid of all this extra stuff in the dock just to clean that up so I can put my icons down there. So I'm going to swipe down and search for the settings app. Then over here on the search bar, I'm just going to type dock, go to home screen and dock. And then on the dock, I'm going to turn off show in the app library and show suggested apps. So I don't want to have anything down here. I want to drag my custom icons into there. So I'm just starting fresh. So I'm just going to open my email here because I'm going to open the email that contains all of the free wallpapers and icons that I made for you. So you can find a link to get to these under this video. And you'll see download the iPad wallpapers. So I'm going to open that. That's just going to open a Dropbox folder where you can download any of these that you like. I'm going to go with the first one, Botanical Line Drawings. You can just press download, and then you should get a pop-up that asks you if you want to download it. I want to note here, if you have trouble, just paste this link in a different browser and that should help. So then you might have to press save and save image to get that into your photos. So once that's in your Photos app, you should be able to see it like this. You can press the share button, use as wallpaper, set, and I set both the home screen and the lock screen, but of course, do whatever you'd like here. So now we're starting with this nice blank template. Of course, you may not end up liking this background, and you can always easily go back to that page and download one of the other ones. Alternatively, rather than downloading one of these, you can actually customize any of the ones that I created. So if I take you back to that email, you'll see you can download them or you can get the wallpaper template. So if I tap on get the wallpaper template, that opens a window for Canva. So Canva is where I created all of these. You can tap use template, and then you have to log into Canva. So you can either use the Canva website, this is a free app, or you can download the Canva app. I'm just going to use the Canva app since that's probably what most people are going to be using. So once you log in, you're going to get this document here that is fully editable with all of the wallpapers. I'm going to switch to a demo version of this so I don't mess up the template at all. But let's say, for example, you like this overall layout, but you don't like where one of these elements is. You can just click on the element and move it around. You can resize it. You can rotate it. you can change the color. Let's say you'd rather have like more of a green color. You can change that one, or you can change all of that color to another color. So let's say I choose this pink and I say change all these golds to that pink. So then everything on the dock is going to change to that. So if you have a certain palette that you like, you can do that and just set all of these at once. I'm going to undo that since I'm going to stick with the original palette that was already here. And once you decide which palette and layout and everything you like, you can just press the download button here and it will save this to your device. So back on my Photos app, you can see that it saved all of these different wallpapers, and you can just go through and choose the one that you like most, or of course, create your own. I'll tap the share button, tap use as wallpaper, set, and set both. So just quickly here, if you wanted to totally redo the wallpaper to make it all your own style, you can definitely do that too. You could just duplicate one of these pages by clicking that duplicate button. You can, whoops, don't do that. Click on each element, tap delete, delete, change the color of this background, and then you can start adding other elements. So here, if you tap elements, I like to tap like hand drawn in that search bar, and then you can get all of these interesting hand-drawn elements here. So, I mean, anything you could imagine. Here's some nice little dots that you could kind of put over here on the side. Put some different colors in there. Get another element. I like this one. This is like a two-part. And that alone is a nice wallpaper. So you can play around with this using the colors and shapes that work for your style. I do recommend going with something somewhat minimal so that your icons and widgets are really visible. So once you're happy with that home screen, it's time to obviously start adding some things to the home screen. Oh, and I'm noticing here that I didn't zoom in on this photo right. So if that happens to you, go back to your image, tap the share button, use as wallpaper, and then you might have to pinch a little bit just to get that full image. And then you can set both. So then we're getting that whole image in here. So let's start by creating some icons. So same thing that we did before. You're going to go to that email that I send you when you sign up on that page, and you can either download the icons that I made or you can get the icons template. Let's say you decide you want to do the template because you don't like the gold color that I did. That's fine. You can go into Canva just like we just did with the wallpaper, and you can change these to whatever color you want. So let's say you don't like this gold. You're going to go to the gold. You're going to choose some other color. Let's go with a blue color. And then you can change all of those golds to blue. And then every single icon that I created turns into that blue color. I'm going to undo that because I want to stick with the original here for now. So once you're happy with the colors and you've created any extra icons that you want, which you can do by duplicating one of these, opening it up, tapping on that icon and deleting it, and then you can find any icon that you need. So let's say you're thinking of a specific app. We could do like Pinterest. And here's a bunch of different logos for Pinterest. So whatever you want the logo to be here, you can find it. I've done a few of the most common ones for you, but of course do whatever you need. Once you're happy with all those, of course, you can just tap the download symbol and it will save all of these icons to your Photos app. So now I need an app to help me create these little icons that open specific apps that I want them to open. So I'm going to drag down from here and tap Shortcuts. And the Shortcuts app just does exactly what it sounds like. It creates a shortcut for you. So you click on something and it does something that you set it to do. So I'm going to tap the plus symbol here, and we're going to create a shortcut that opens an app. So it's called Open App. I'm going to name this, and I'm going to use the app Procreate as an example. So Procreate is what I'm naming this. Open the app Procreate. So now I have this all set. The name is Procreate, the app is Procreate. Now I can just click Share, Add to Home Screen, and I need to put one of my icons in there. So I'm going to tap Choose Photo. Here's all my icons that I just saved from Canva. I'm just going to use this P, tap Use. Again, I'm going to tap Procreate. It asks you to name this multiple times, which is a little annoying, but it's just how it is. Then you tap Done. Oh, I already named another shortcut like this, so I'm going to have to call this Procreate too. Tap Done. Go to your home screen, and here it is, the Procreate shortcut that we just made. I just need to drag that to the very front and tap Done. So you can leave it up here if you like how that looks, or you can drag it down onto your dock so that you have a custom dock. I'm literally just going to repeat that exact same process with every single app. And I've actually already done that, so I'm not going to make you watch me do this over again, but let's just do one more as an example. So plus, open app, I'm going to call this Instagram 2, choose the app is Instagram, tap the share button, add to home screen, choose a photo, and we're going to go with the eye, and tap add, tap done, and then it shows up here on the final screen. So I'm going to repeat this same process and get all of my apps that I use often, which for me is only 4 or 5, and I'm going to put them all here on the dock just like I just showed you. And I want to note here, sometimes I've had trouble adding apps to the dock. You have to wait longer than you think you will before you put your finger down. So drag and then hold your finger there for just a minute. So now that I have all of my icons down here with the apps that I use often, I want to add a few other things up here just for apps that I use a lot, or dates, or things that I want to keep track of. So you can just tap and hold, tap plus, and then grab some of the widgets that you use a lot. So one for me is Notion, my favorites, and so I'll put that over there. Another one I like to use a lot is Procreate. I'm going to do my recent artwork there. And you also may want to create some custom widgets that do different things other than what the basic widgets are. One great app for that is called Widgetsmith. It's a really easy free app to create some custom widgets. So first thing I'm going to do is open the Widgetsmith app and choose your size, so small, medium, or large. I'm just going to go with small. Tap add a small widget, and then you can choose what kind of style you want. So it might be weather, it might be a photo, it might be, whatever it is that you want to keep track of. For me, I like doing a calendar that shows the day. So I'm just going to tap month. And then once you choose the format down here, you can choose the aesthetic or theme. So you can choose one of these set themes that they have, or you can click customize theme and then choose a background color, which right now it's black. I'm going to change it to the color that's in my design. So I'm going to tap custom, and then I need to get that hex code for my design. So that is easy. If you're already using the Canva app, you just open your design, tap on the color or the object that has the color that you want to use, tap on the color box, make sure that color is selected, tap plus, and then it shows you the hex code right there. So I'm just going to copy that hex code, go back to Widgetsmith, and then tap Advanced Color Chooser. Then it allows you to input that hex code right here. So once you have that hex code in there, you can tap Update and Save. Apply to this widget only. Back and save. So I didn't name this right now. It's called Small 3, but let's call this Calendar. Save. So now when I go to my home screen, I tap and hold, I tap plus, I can go down to Widgetsmith and then add a small widget, tap on that, and then I can select one of the widgets that I just made. So calendar is the one we just made. So I'm inserting that, and let's move that over here so it looks better on that pink background, and tap done. You can repeat that same process, making any kind of widget that you want. You'll see if you play around with that app, there are so many different types of widgets that you can make. Here is one that I made that's just a pattern. So a pattern that I made, and I want to display that as just like a little sticker right there to add a little bit of color to my layout, and that's what I've done here. So now if I open Procreate, and let's say I'm working on a drawing, I have that open. When I go to my home screen, that widget is going to update and have that nice image there for me. I've got my date, my calendar, and only the apps that I need, so I don't have this really scattered, crazy amount of apps on the home page. So I hope you had fun customizing your iPad layout. Remember, you can pick up all my free wallpapers and icons that I showed you in this video on my website using the link below this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.